We are now in the Towers of Terror, because one isn't enough, apparently. We have 2 now, so new area.
1, 2.
There are 4 mansions total of 5.
5.
5, okay. Oh yeah, I was forgetting about the deserty one. Because there's the first one, this one, the deserty one, the icy one, and then the final one.
Yeah.
And what do the haunted towers specialize in besides probably the theme of duality? Or
Plants.
does it?
Plants. Lots and lots of plants.
That's it.
Yeah, you see, Miyamoto wanted to put the desert one as the second mansion. But then they realized, wait, you need to have a grass level before your desert level, so that's why this one is plants.
But the jungle world came after the desert world in Mario.
No. This is plants, which is grass.
Plants.
Jungle has plants.
Plants kind of as far as monsters and ghosts are concerned, plants are something that are usually pretty interesting, if only because humans inevitably sort of see plants as a lesser life form, so in order to make a plant scary, you kind of have to try.
Not to mention that since we're dealing with ghosts, aka the undead, flora is generally, like flowers in particular, are usually symbols for life. So it's got
again,
some interesting
yeah,
twists.
you kind of.
Or they could just be. Or they could just be fans at the Little Shop of Horrors. But.
Yeah, well, you kind of have to try to make to evoke those kind of visual meanings within an audience's mind is all. Although I am liking the you shine the flashlight on the flowers and they bloom sort of thing.
Mario told me that money doesn't grow on trees. Well, it comes out of flowers, so is that close enough? I guess. I don't know.
It doesn't. It doesn't grow at the trees, but it does give me money nonetheless.
Money doesn't grow on trees is one of the most ironic yet true statements in the world, because you make money out of trees.
It's like when you got 10,000 spoons, but all you need is a knife.
Look, me and Alanis have some unresolved business that I don't want to be getting into our personal lives, okay?
It's one of the most ironically true statements ever uttered by man, because yes, it doesn't grow on trees. You have to physically make money, both in the sense that you have to manufacture it and you have to work to gain it. But at the same time, there's still the ever-present knowledge that trees are what you use to make paper, and paper is money.
Okay. Which one?
It's the same kind of idea that if the mints aren't making any money because they're not printing enough money, they're still making money, but.
So okay.
Vicious cycle.
So here's a question: which game has the better or the worse boo puns, depending on your point of view?
Mambu isn't terrible.
But is he the 5th one?
I would rank it on the lower tier of boo puns.
I think nothing can ever beat Game Boo Advance, personally.
Yeah. And I guess a pair of boos next to each other would be boobies.
Okay, now that's
I'd
just
rank that
that's just vulgar.
I'd rank that in the shit tier of boo puns.
Well, yeah, that
It's kind of a stretch.
honestly, John.
In fact, to that I say boo.
Honestly, John, that pun is a pile of boo. Get it? Because boo rhymes with poo. And poo is bad. Get it?
The great mighty boo.
Honestly, a lot of this is very unfamiliar to me because I haven't played past the first mansion since the game first came out. So a lot of this is almost like I'm seeing it for the first time because I haven't played the game in full since launch. So
The game came out in 2013.
yeah,
So it's around 3 years.
it's weird to think it's that old.
Yeah.
though.
Luigi, chop.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of got to think back to remember that the 3DS was a 2010, 2011 handheld.
Something like that.
2011, I think, early 2011, because it came out like right
over
after
5 years.
Pokemon Black and White.
It's over 5 years old at this point. That's normally when Nintendo decides to move on from handhelds.
Yeah, but the
to next
3DS is still
generation
making
anyway.
money, and they need to replace the Wii U because
Well,
that is
the DS was making money.
Yeah, well, that still kind of lived on after the 3DS came out.
Yeah, as I'm sure the 3DS will live on as soon as whatever the hell the NX is.
Yeah, they probably just don't want to shake up both markets at once.
No, they don't want to shake that money-making tree too hard.
Oh no,
yeah.
it's got a shovel.
Like, let the 3DS be the stable moneymaker while they're risking things, trying to get the NX going. Is all I'm
But
saying.
how do you really seal the deal to stabilize Nintendo with the 3DS as the NX is coming out?
Why is that shovel just sticking out of the ground?
I guess they just need to release.
It's a haunted
They
mansion.
need to. I guess how they would do it is they release something that's on the 3DS that's guaranteed to sell a lot of copies and stabilize their profits. Oh, look at that! A new Pokemon game's coming out in November. Man, what a coinky dink!
Man, it's like magic, I tell you.
Yeah. Even if Nintendo makes some batshit crazy decisions with regards to individual stuff, they seem to at least know how to make money on surefire hits in the meantime.
Yeah, they have an emergency button just in case.
It's sort of like they preemptively hit that emergency button a lot of the time, though.
They have a lot of preemptive emergency buttons in many shapes and sizes. They have an emergency red button for Pokemon, in case of emergency break glass hatchet for Zelda, and what would Mario be?
Pressure plate on the floor that you sort of have to butt stomp on to get it going.
That sounds very, very intricate.
Yeah, well, the Zelda. Well, you see, the hatchet to break the glass for the Zelda involves going through half of a dungeon, and then once you break the glass, you have to go and find the key. You get a key, you go into the key, and then Reggie's there in a boss costume, and you have to beat him up to convince him to release a new Zelda game.
And that's why they don't hit that button quite as often.
Yeah, Reggie only has so much time. Oh, shit.
Luigi, that was a very nice carpet, and it's not just gonna get ruined in there.
No, it's tacky.
Well, okay, fine. It was a very.
Also was hiding a pit bull.
It was a very expensive carpet. Okay, you want.
I see in Home Alone. The kid dies. I don't think you've seen Home Alone at all, Luigi.
I've seen the R-rated version.
Yeah.
Man, these crows are really wimps if they just puff into a cloud of smoke whenever light shines on them.
How many films or trailers have had red band versions?
R-rated comedies usually. have
Almost every
red
single R-rated comedy gets a red band version, because otherwise you can't show off the best jokes in the trailer and thus ruin it for everybody. Never watch comedy
Showing off
trailers.
the best. Yeah, I was about to say.
No, I would. Yeah, I agree with that entirely.
Showing off the best jokes in trailers is a bad idea. I mean, showing off the worst jokes in trailers gets you the Ghostbusters trailer, but
It's basically you show the. That's one of my issues with comedies is that they ruin all the best jokes in the trailers. But you need to have some. It's kind of hard to find the sort of funny, but funny enough to get people to watch, but not so funny that they don't feel ripped off when they do watch it. It's like finding those middle of the road jokes is very difficult.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, how do you sell it? That's essentially what it boils down to.
But what the red band trailers are there for is so that they don't have to bleep out all the swear words that they use.
Yeah. Although to be honest, I kind of liked the Deadpool trailers. I liked the Green Band trailer more.
I have actually not seen Deadpool yet still. I need to get on that.
You're the Marvel guy.
You?
Yeah, Valentine's Day last year, it just never really... I never really got around.
It was this year. It was this year.
This year, sorry. It feels like forever ago. It's just, I never really got around to seeing it, and I don't buy DVDs / Blu-rays all that much. It's just not...
What do you stream?
No, it's not that. It's just I don't really ever go out to buy them. I prefer having DVDs, but It's not something I go out of my way to buy. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but
That is legitimately shocking.
I know it's a good movie. I planned on watching. You know what it was? I didn't watch it in theaters because nobody at that time could go with me for one reason or another.
My mom said no.
Your mom
You
said
could
no
just
to
go.
Deadpool?
No,
Why-
I thought your parents said no.
Why not just go yourself?
Dude, that's depressing. Have you ever gone to the movie
What, I go
theater
myself
yourself?
all the time.
That is.
But I go to movies myself all the time.
To me, there is no better experience, and I'm sorry if this makes me sound like an antisocial creep, though I do on the occasion go to the movies with fellow family members. I go to the first showing in the morning when no one's there, and I got the entire theater to myself.
Yep.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah, you can't eat popcorn at like 10 o'clock in the morning. That's wrong.
Sure you can.
don't.
No.
Sure you can.
No.
Yeah, you can. I don't often, but you totally can.
It doesn't
it's
matter.
wrong.
Big
Okay.
cup of Coke.
People just in general put a little too much stock in what time of day you're supposed to be eating specific foods, when the only thing that really matters health-wise is that certain foods are better for getting you going after you wake up, and eating right before laying down in bed can be bad for your stomach.
Yeah, Ted, it's 10 a.m. in the movie theater here, but it's fucking like 3 p.m. in the UK.
It's always after 5 somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're not gonna wake up and be like, "Oh man, I'm gonna have the best filet mignon when I get out of bed for breakfast." No, you can't eat burritos.
I totally would.
You have a filet mignon.
Okay, okay. You can't
if I had
eat,
a chance
you
to have a
can't
steak
eat
in the morning,
normal
I totally would.
burritos for breakfast, because then otherwise, what's the point of breakfast burritos, huh? There's no point. That's right.
It is merely preference.
Yeah, but my preference is
Luigi,
better.
back me up on this.
But there's nothing inherently social about going out to the movies.
I mean, you're just sitting down and watching.
Yeah.
And the only time I'm interacting with someone next to me is either they're being too noisy, or it's a horrible film and me and my brother are just trading jokes.
Riffing on it, yeah. Like
Yeah.
Peter Jackson's King Kong. Those scenes dragged on, and the only way I was able to last through it was to start making jokes about it. It was the first commentary I ever did.
When the
That's
movie,
actually really-
when the Lorax animated movie came out, me and some friends went to go on like a Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. The theater was empty for just the handful of us, and it was a terrible movie, and I knew it the first time watching it, so I was free to go riff tracks on it in the theater, and it was a surprisingly liberating experience.
Yeah, that's twice in 2 weeks that Peter Jackson's King Kong was brought up in some context before the Luigi's Mansion Darkman commentary, and I'm wondering if that's a sign. Because before, a bit behind the scenes here, before we started Luigi's Mansion Darkman commentary last week in the recording session, I don't remember why it was brought up, but Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie, was brought up as one of the longest video game titles, and then Lewis just brings it up. And I'm wondering,
Well,
should I buy a lottery ticket?
Bad enemy.
whenever there's any sort of comparison with something that's long and hard to get through, it's Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Shut up.
It's Peter Jackson's King Kong that is the benchmark that by which all else is measured.
It's a good thing that you don't have to get everything in one go in this game anymore for like the pearls, because that's really the only thing that annoys me about Luigi's Mansion. I know that the rankings don't mean anything, so like getting a gold frame doesn't really matter, but it's really aggravating trying to do it for some of those guys.
Dude, this fucking fat ass ghost that belches at you as an attack would fit right in an Earthworm Jim sort of continuity. Or Booger Man.
I've never played Earthworm Jim or Booger Man for that matter, but
It's hard.
I have no desire to play Booger Man.
Which Earthworm Jim?
The original.
Ah, okay.
It's kind of hard. There is a multiplayer version. We can always play that in the next convention.
Earthworm Jim is a good series.
Even the 3D game.
Never played it.
Never played it either. I just remember Earthworm Jim being one of those good platformers that has great graphics to go along with it.
It's also very 90s, which is why I'm not surprised that it didn't survive too far out of that era, I guess. Although there was the cartoon, which did that actually last a season, or was it just a pilot like the Bubsy cartoon?
It was a show.
It was a show?
It was a show. I think it had at least a season.
Yeah, in fact, for the longest time, I was under the impression that the cartoon came first. It was one of those games where the Genesis version's visuals looked like they were meant to mimic a cartoon. So...
Ryan, were you 2 coins off from getting an upgrade?
No, but I did get 420 that mission.
Oh.
In the Plant Hotel.
You know, I don't see Luigi as a stoner. He's too cynical for that kind of thing.
Nah, I never got Luigi as a stoner either.
Waluigi, though, he blazes it every day.
Waluigi smokes everything. And I mean
At the same time.
everything. At the same time.